Right. Hello, hello, hello. Real quick. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Sorry. Right. All right. So markets are kind of leveling out this morning. Um, the biggest mover was the pound yen, but you can see it's starting to retrace a little bit. 88 is less than a daily ATR on that one. Dollar CAD, pretty flat considering, all things being equal. Thank you, Sean. All things being equal, the fact that oil was up, what, $6 yesterday, I think? It hit a low of like 103 and then came all the way back up to like 109. You know, all things being equal, right? Not necessarily the worst day. Dollar CAD could be a bit more of a mover, but again, it's maintaining kind of, I don't know, somewhat tame Friday. Um, eh, it is what it is. Euro dollar, pound dollar, 4, 8, 9. Not really a big deal. Dollar CAD $2. Aussie dollar 7. Obviously, some recent in there. Euro pound 2. It kind of just shows you that we're going into the weekend and things are more or less kind of like slowing down. And again, this is not uncommon. It happens. There's been a lot of crazy movement this entire week, so you got to kind of prepare for a little bit. Some of the top stories out there. No, we joked about this one before, right? The pound yen tackles the 50% fibs after bouncing off the 100 moving average, and then when you click the article, right? Um, you know, here's the actual article, and then here's the actual chart they're using. I gotta say, this is one of this is like an unbelievable chart. There's like multiple fib drawings on here. There's the ones that they wanted to highlight. Um, they got 64, 2.5 month low, 6 year high, 74 month. It's like holy crap! I've never seen. I've probably seen worse as like it's kind of like a fake, fake technical analysis, right? Where people are like, "Oh my god, look at this! I just threw every indicator on there," but like they weren't actually using it. Um, I believe that they are actually they are actually trying to use this one. Like this is a legitimate chart. This is not like a made up one, like making fun of indicators. Like I believe this is like this is a legit thing. This is the analysis. The guy wrote the article off of this. Um, so it's kind of funny. Um, but yeah, that was my laugh in the morning. And I talked to Dan and I were talking. Dan's like, "Yeah, I use fibs a lot, and this is like way too complicated." He's like, "It's just this is insane." He's got 12 million moving averages on here. He's got Bollinger Bands on here as well, kind of hidden in the background. Um, yeah, he's got trend lines on there, right? He's got trend lines on there. He's got the fib drill is on there. Actually, I guess it's not a trend line. I guess it's a fib drill on there. The solid bar going up, but yeah, I know. Maybe there's space for a little bit more, but then you see kind of this upper area here, and he's got certain areas highlighted, and you're like, what exactly are you marking off here, dude? So he's adding so much fun stuff in. So yeah, so that was kind of our laugh of the morning. Some of the not so great data though. This is and again, it's from AP News. You know, basically, this guy talking about how listen, we can't afford asphalt, cast iron pipes, concrete. It's way too expensive because of the war. We've missed 3 months. Um, he's not the only one, right? He's not the only one. Inflation expected to hit nearly 7% this year in a 27 nation, contributing to the slowing growth factors. He's still operating, but at what how long will the inflation last before this guy's like, hey, listen, my company's missed its 3 biggest months of the year, right? What happens if he misses? When businesses start shutting down because they can't complete projects, but we fear we won't be able to work this year. We're closing all of our sites. Um, Yeah, he's already lost his 3 business months and expects the worst is ahead. So, yeah, this is, they talk about the recession. This is kind of real stuff. This is real world that we're kind of seeing. Mortgage rates, even from yesterday, look at this, spiking back again, 6.1, right? 6.75. And this is not like a horrible, what is this? I don't know. You can pick anything in here, but even the 720 range, you can get a little bit down. But I don't know. Look at this. Even like 780, right? 6.1, again, 800 and up. I don't think there's many 800 and up people, but 7.4. God forbid you like have less than still. I think less than 720 is where you're basically really in trouble. Yeah, 6.1. Imagine if it's 660. Yeah, you're looking at this like 7.2%. I mean, it gets insane, right? Um, like I said, I think, I think this is what's considered the median, right? Um, yeah, yeah. When I just searched mortgage rate, that's what I got. That's what it came up with. So yeah, but that's insane. Look at this, just continuing to move, and we're gonna go far further. So overall, asked about a 50 says we must go get out of negative rates. There's nothing wrong with a gyro hike. So eh. Corona, yeah, BOJ is gonna just continue. Not surprised there. But yeah, overall, no, excuse me, no major headlines here. 11 hours ago, we had top U.S. and Russia generals speak for the first time since invasion spoke. Um, you know, lines of communication according with past practice, kept private. Yeah, so nothing. I mean, again, it's a headline, but um, the U.S. wants its captured general back. Did the U.S. lose a general? That's kind of funny. I don't know what's going on with that, but anyway, very flat Friday, right? Very flat Friday. So we'll see what we kind of get in the markets. Obviously, with the weekend, there's not much going there. So look at that. Oil is back over 110 again. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, we're pulling back. VIX down, maintaining. We haven't gotten the opening print yet. It's coming in just in a short time here, so we'll see what that does. But again, decent pullback yesterday in the markets. Dollar Dollar kind of playing ping pong right now between two levels. They were levels that we kind of marked off. It did go a little bit lower and then used kind of the old level that we drew twice. So again, I wouldn't say that the dollar right now is a very strong trending asset or commodity. So, you know, doesn't necessarily, we don't really need too much more than that. Um, yeah, yeah. Don't. I wouldn't say that there's really any direction that we can pull from this right now. So, again, typical Friday. Natural gas is going down. So let's start off with the Aussie. Again, Aussie, we talked about a break. We ended up chopping through that level pretty good. We ended up breaking through it, pulling back, and then using that as a new base. It did come back through and base in there. Again, we were looking for the short. So when it came down and started the base in here, that gave us kind of the ability. It's like, okay, now the short is coming in. Now we're taking over the Harry Potter trade. And it was a decent move. I mean, it kicked in late last night at about 10 and ran about, 45 pips down. So again, it went back down. If I continue this black line across, again, we were calling for that as being the profit target once the short triggered, and it did. It came through it. It busted the bottom and came back up. But the actual trajectory is not much different. And right now, we'll pull this one off now because it's over. If you mark off kind of where the top was yesterday, that's kind of what we rolled off just a little while ago. So I would say there's not really, you know, not really a huge driving factor behind this one. It is in an area where there's sellers in the past. We bring this across. We marked this yesterday. This is where we were talking about the chop and then kind of the push through. That's really all where it went off of, right? So you know right now, I'd say my assessment of the dollar US is probably more on the bearish side of things. We have made two attempts in, so this would be attempt number three in. But the weekend is, I would just say it's probably safer to be a flight to safety than anything else, right? Not that too much is going to happen in Australia, but we'll see. They do have the election today that will remove some of, um, parliamentary elections. I really don't think that's going to change too much today. But with their market close, I think if anything, talking about the dollar, it needs to move forward. It needs, we need to raise, we need to do this. Everywhere else in inflation, I just think there's more of a dollar story than anything else. So I mean, if you're looking for another short, again, it's not the first time. It is a lower quality trade than had you taken it last night. Um, and again, coming off that level that we marked off yesterday. So yeah, I, that's kind of where I'm looking right now. Um, Actually, let me see for a level for Sunday. That's what I was looking at right there. It's a 61.8 level. I was looking at this right here. It bases, but and then there's like the ascending wicks there. I tend to like those a lot. Those are big. I'm big fans of those, and that's kind of what we bounced off of this morning. That's a level that I'm going to keep on the radar for Sunday, right? And again, it just happens to be right at 70 flat. Bring this down right there. So yeah, kind of coming in right there. So yeah, kind of looking at that level for Sunday night. Could be a decent place to go long from, or at least a target if this does roll. Once again, so oh, excuse me. Sorry, I was up at 5 this morning. So here are the two entries we talked about from yesterday. Again, we talked about the orange being the overly aggressive, not overly aggressive, but the aggressive one, and it hit it and pulled back down. It got it to about 2 to 1, and then we came up and it did survive. It didn't stop out the top and then push down. I don't think it made it all the way. Let's see. I don't think it did. No, it didn't. 1 to 3 is right. It got super close. There's 3.2. I don't know. Let me see. Can I actually get it dead on 3? Let's see. Actually, let's do the top first. There's the zone. There's the zone. Oh, 3 is right there. Look at that. There's a pipette snag right there. An absolute pipette snag. But, you guys get the point. It's kind of the same setup of the two. Again, you'd still be profitable. You'd still be profitable now, up 1 to 1. And yeah, you missed it by less than a pip. Your profit target missed it by less than a pip. I think overall, though, I think this one has the ability. And again, if you are short, again, looking at profit down to here, I would not hold this one over the weekend just because of the yen exposure. We have heard some yen news this morning as well. Nothing earth shattering though. Nothing that you really need to go crazy and be like, hey, Um, I wouldn't necessarily worry about anything too much in that one. But again, kind of the same setup. This one has not come to fruition yet. But again, looking at the base, looking at the strong push, and again, the overly aggressive one did kind of work for short term, but we needed the higher time frame one. Um, Euro pound. So Euro pound is basically flat. It's down 9, right? We're still kind of in the same channel that we were yesterday. This channel looks like it's absolutely monstrous, but it's only about 20 pips, 25 pips. So it's not too big. Still holding, looking for this 84.35. I'm kind of hoping it does not trigger today. I really would like for it to come down and kind of base sideways in here. The reason I don't want it to trigger is because I think we're going to start hearing more about the recession of what's going to happen in the EU, and I'd like to I'd like to get this trade in because I do like the racetrack over here. It does have an alert set on it. Um, but I don't want it to go today when it's like after hours and it's a slower moving market. Um, I think there's some opportunity there, but you know, I'm hoping it doesn't evaporate in the afternoon when it's not a trading time for me. So, still looking for that one, but again, a break of 84.35. The stop side's still good. Again, the aggressive target, right? The aggressive orange one has been tagged about 3 times now. Actually, if we could, it's supposed to be there. I don't know why we moved it, but 1, 2, 3. Really, kind of, I guess it sustained a fourth hit, but I'd be cautious with the orange one again. So, as far as euro pound goes, 85.03 and 84.35 on the downside. Euro yen. So Euro yen, this is what it's supposed to do. We're looking for shorts that come from this level. It hit it, and again, I'll zoom in for this one. Ooh, buddy's pissed in the other room. It hit it, it pulled down. It hit it again, it pulled down. It hit it again, pulled down. It hit it again, it pulled down. If you're still in the trade at this point, or you don't have a stop loss to break even, it's on you. But it did pull up. It did would have gotten stopped out if you used it if it wasn't Nadex, and then came further down again, and then came up again in there. So we're really in the same area again. It's not it hit the zone too many times and went down. It never made it to a full profit target, but it hit it a bunch of times and then went up and grabbed the 68 or 61.8. So the 61.8 level would have been up here. And again, this is one that we've seen in the past. We've used it before. This one needed it to go to there first. So again, it's the same base. There's the touch at the 61.8, which again is another valid one. So again, this trade is over at this point. If you guys are not in this one, it's a little bit late already. It's there, and then 1 to 3 is there. So again, this is a 530 reversal. Right there. So 530 reversal, right? Into a 61.8 and a confirmed. Well, I guess this one's not confirmed. It hasn't hit yet, but yeah, easy supply zone of workout. So a 61.8 supply zone at a 10, at a 530 reversal. There you go. So it's out now, though. You're done. Your 1 to 3 is there. I'd say potentially we can get one more. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable if it in the time it takes for it to rally back up again. I don't know that I entirely feel comfortable in having enough time today to be able to get that one all the way out. Yeah, I just don't feel like we'll have enough time. But if it doesn't break it, that could be another entry for Sunday night, the 35.72. Um, and again, I like this one. I'm definitely more bearish thinking on this one. Not that the situation for Japan is great, but I do think we're going to start hearing more about what a European recession is going to look like and sound like. And again, I would like to kind of play that news when we hear it. Euro dollar. So euro dollar. Set this one up yesterday, and yesterday morning we were sitting here, right? We talked about the aggressive level was at 105.88, and we talked about the conservative low was 105.97. As you can see, it triggered. Believe that we are entirely out of this one right now. Nope, that is fine. This is the one I wanted to move. Yeah, it's way out, down there. So, and actually, it's hit what another time and out. So, yeah, I mean it's triggered here and it triggered at 6 o'clock this morning. Kind of almost for like a 5:30 reversal. It was a little bit early for the 5:30 reversal. But there's your one, and then Kip is like half delirious in the room. He's like rah 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 rah. He's gonna be really. It's gonna be really exciting when he comes in here. So maybe I should try to speed up a little bit. 5:30 is right there. So you can see almost the same thing. Again, you could have written a new zone off of this one. It is an old one, reaffirmed again, 1 to 3 completely. If you would have drawn the zone off of basically almost the exact same top candle, it triggered again. 5:30 result in a supply zone, and again we're out 2 different times for the euro dollar. Also like this one short still. As I mentioned before, I think we have the U.S. The dollar rolling back in some more. There is a racetrack here, so if you wanted to take this potentially a third time today, there's what your trade looks like. Your 1 to 3 is there. Profit target on this one wants to be out before we get to this level here. Oops. Let's see. It should be 21.6. Those numbers matched. Now it's straight. So there you go. You can fit a 1 to 3 in there as well, if you're looking for something for later on today. Pound yen. So pound yen is really flirting back and forth with the 160 mark. I'm okay with the 160 mark. I think the 160 mark is fine. It is going to act as a psychological level. It is a big number. Like kind of like 130 in the dollar yen. 160 is the equivalent over in the pound yen. I'd say, let's see. With this being hit 3 times now, I'm going to remove the fibs just so we can kind of get the perspective on the other side of it. Let's clean some of these up. All right, let's pull it this way so you can see. So from that big move, 160 also happens to be right around the same fib level. There is a 61.8 level though that I do want to kind of highlight. It's sitting right here, right? It's gotten close. It's been front run off of it. If we can get any type of again, we're seeing the continue rally right now, but I think 160.25 is somewhat of a viable entry. I'd like to see actually. Let's see. We're gonna put it there. Just move it just a little bit more. Actually, we'll shrink it. How much is that? It's 20. It's fine. So 160.34. Okay. Um, wow. Everybody wants me to buy followers today. Hold on. The bots are out for the day. Yeah. TSM Vash. Anyway, so 160.35 or 160.34 ish area. Could we roll into a 1030 today? Yeah, potentially. That's when it would come in, particularly for the yen, getting that yen assistance. So again, keep it on your radar. Again, I don't, if it hits after like 11 o'clock, 11:30, it just for me, it's just a little bit late in the day on Friday. So, but again, for those who like trading Friday in the afternoon, it's a viable level. Again, it's not only supply zone, had great movement out. I mean, this is a pretty nice level, right? Um, you know, good quality score, and then the fact that it's a 61.8 as well for somewhat of a confirmation, decent level. Pound dollar. So again, we had this on there yesterday. It moved the way that it should have moved. Hold on one second. Buddy, you gonna be good and sleep or no? Are you gonna sleep? No? I see it in your eyes. You're not gonna sleep. Let's see. I'll leave that there, but I'm not a huge fan of that one right now. Let's run this here. All right, now this I would look at. So for pound dollar, again, this is quite choppy. A lot of wicks up there. Not really, especially on a Friday. Not interested in kind of everything up top. I think 125.57 is a decent level. If we can run up there, that's a good Sunday night entry for me. I think that's pretty decent. Downside, again, I wanted to draw kind of a more near term fib. It's an easy low to high, right? And then when you look at where the 51 is, or the 50 and the 61.8, you can see there is basing. It did kind of chop back and forth, but then hit 930 and just took off out of there. The way that candles like that are formed is with a lot of strength in there. So it's probably a level that we're going to see some people stepping in later on down the road. Um, Kind of keep an eye on it, right? Just watch it. You know, like I said, we're a bit away from it right now. I mean, it would take a drop of 70 pips down. There would have to be something major to get that 70 pips today, and I don't know we'd have enough time. But this could be one of those Sunday night based trades. So just keep this one on your radar as far as areas to look out for. 124.79, I think, decent level. Okay, dollar CAD. So yeah, dollar CAD. We missed it by a little bit. 4 pips. Uh, 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 we missed it by 4 pips. And again, I wouldn't really say that this is majorly trending. It's kind of going back and forth. And again, we really just pulled back. If you put kind of a median level in there, um, even something. Let me see what Bollinger Bands look like. Um, yeah, you can see they're kind of pinching. This is aimed up. This is aimed down. So it's kind of shrinking back again. There hasn't really, there was the explosion, but now there's a little bit of a pinch, a pull, and now they're coming back together, and it's literally riding right on the median line. So I wouldn't say that again. Dollar CAD is a really kind of main. It's not a big driving force right now. Nothing that I'd be like, "Yup, great trade, take this one." It's just not. Again, for a Friday, again, I do like to bounce off 127.72. We've talked about that all week, but nothing until next week. I think next week we'll get some more movement in this one direction. Now, dollar Swiss has kind of found a bottom here a bit, right? We talked about kind of the buyer stepping in, and we knew that we had a level even right below it, right? We knew we had the basing level down here, and this is kind of an old level. You can see it based over here, based, tag, tag, and that's kind of what we ran into thus far, you know? So it's a big psychological level right there around 97. Um, what we do with those right now, I kind of like this one more to the top side. I mean, if we get kind of a more near-term entry on this one, and you look in, that's actually a 630. Let's see, 530 was here. Let's see. Let's pull there. Yeah, look at that 23.6. I would say right now I'm kind of more bullish, but there could be a case made right now that at the 23.6, people are going to look for this one to continue the downtrend. The Swiss does have the same kind of exposure to recession, but look at that huge push down, a nice base, and then a push out again. So again, decent level, and it happens to be a 23.6 where people are going to try to play this one to the downside. So, again, another one to keep on your radar here. 103 is only right there. So actually, I'm a little bit high on the 103. Boom, right there. So it's all in the right wheelhouse. The target's where it should be. The entry is kind of where it should be. So nothing out of the ordinary on this one. Where you're like, oh god, this is what's going on here. This is a bad one. Um, Everything kind of makes sense about this trade. So, but except for Friday. Friday is the one thing where it's like wah wah wah. Friday afternoon. So got a little bit more room. And the dollar yen. So again, from the lower level that we had mentioned yesterday, yesterday at 9:30 was literally the bottom. We came all the way back up, ran right into that, and we talked about this being a potential area. It hit it, dropped, it hit it, it dropped, it based through, came back, hit it again, based it again, went based it in again. It's on the move now. So we're gonna remove it for right now. You can hear it, buddy over there. It's a base drop. It's a decent drop in that one, and it is kind of wedged in there. Hmm. So it's very similar to where if we get just a little bit more of a push up and we see a rollover in this one showing that it's dollar weakness, it's kind of the same thing. Dollar CAD's got a couple different areas. Dollar Swiss has got an area that we just marked off. Dollar yen kind of has an area as well. And again, not necessarily a fresh level. It's kind of an old level, right? Came in at based, it kind of hit it here and dropped, and then kind of did it again, based in it again, and then dropped again. So could it actually be a short level? I'm going to take it a bit more conservative. Let's see. 13. Hmm. It is. It's in the same arena as the other three. That's kind of why I think it's not bad. Question is, are we going to run that much? It's 45 pips. I don't know if we're going to have the juice today to run up that far and turn and reverse it and get out of that trade before the weekend. This may be one of those ones that you watch out for the weekend. Maybe potentially starting up there, right? If we can gap up into that, or at least within close proximity of that one, that could provide a short opportunity. Basically, the yen getting strength in the overnight, rolling into dollar strength on Monday. Um, Again, 45 pips in on a Friday that require 45 up and then 30 back down again. 70 pips is going to be a lot with no news. What? What are you doing here? You want this too? You want this too? Yeah. By the way, his one tooth is no longer just peeking through. It is now a small dagger. That was his feat this week was really successfully mastering crawling forward, and then that tooth burst through, and it's a lot of fun. Let me tell you. Why is Tesla down? Tesla's got to have a headline. Where's road mapping? Twitter. Twitter must be back on again because Tesla's not big. All right, so that's all your currencies. Crypto, Bitcoin is basically flat. It's at 0. Ethereum is coming back down to 1.1. Dogecoin is back, is a little bit red again. Looks like the meme stocks are mixed. Bonds are up slightly, it looks like. Yeah, they're up slightly, but they've been chopping back and forth. So again, not really a lot of direction on bonds either. Commodities, yeah, yeah, oil's just going. I was all excited too. I was like, man, yesterday was down to 430. How bad is this when you get excited that gas is like 435, right? Again, cost me $75 to fill up yesterday. It was like, oh, what happened like the $34? Like, I used to hate it. It was like, oh man, it was like $40 today to fill up, right? I missed the 34, the 30, the $35. $75 sucks to fill the tank up, right? It sucks. We're gonna slide this up here. And again, I'm not even paying Jersey prices, Debbie. I paid 430 and I'm complaining. I can't even imagine Jersey prices. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. And I don't think it's and I don't think the whole inflation boom is done. I think it's going to get worse. I think I think there's a few hats to drop still in the whole European saga of what could happen, right? Yeah, stupid high gas prices. Yeah, and I think it's going to get worse. Yeah, so right now, I would say that I kind of like this level up top. I like how this pushed up and kind of filled that gap. We had that one little gap area where it rode up and then kind of went back down again. Um, buddy. Um, so all right, are you done? All right, come here. Come here. The other thing that's funny about him is he's like this week he's really like found his voice. He likes hearing himself talk. What? What? I know you're tired. I know you're tired. You're tired. Um, so it's like 4:55. Yeah, like I said, ours was there. I mean, it was 4:44 on like when Tuesday or Wednesday, and then went to 4:55, and then yesterday it dropped to 4:35. So it did go down a little bit. Um, but I think this is a decent. Hey, buddy, you're making this hard, buddy. Nope. All right, hold on. Now he's smashing the thing. Hold on. Hey, what's that? What? What? What's that tooth? Oh, I see it. I see it. I see that tooth. I see the tooth. I see the tooth. 111.82. Um, what? 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 Yeah, Sean, be good at stable because ours has literally been up and down 20 cents in that time frame. I think this 111.82 is decent. It's what filled the gap and then let us off on this big push. And again, a nice drop, base drop. We're kind of fighting through that level right now. If we can come up, I think if we can get to 111, and again, remember this market closes earlier. It's going to require a $1.50 move. Yeah, remember like a year ago when it was like $60 and we were like, oh my god, that's a huge move, $1.50 a day. When now it's like $5 a day. Um, buddy, you're not helping, buddy. What? You want to jump? You do jumpy. 111.82, I think, would be a great place to start Sunday, taking kind of a reprieve because before the U.S. market opens, we're going to hear about probably some more recessionary talk and raising interest rates and having to halt inflation in the EU. That probably will cool down oil a little bit going into the Monday morning, and then again, I would assume there's probably going to be a bit more of a rally. Every day we get closer to Memorial Day, it's yeah, it's gonna be it's the talk of summer gas and rising gas prices. So, but again, a short term push down, I think we're good, and then 114.70 up top is I don't want to say the perfect target, but that would be the next major area where I'm looking to get short. What? Yeah, you're not helping, buddy. Yeah, it hasn't gone up or down since I got. Yeah, ours has been moving. Now, natural gas is pushing to the downside. I mentioned yesterday we were sitting. Actually, I guess we're sitting here, right? And we talked about it. I just didn't love it. It ended up going higher and then crashing all the way down through. It didn't make it to the 777. It did turn. Again, this one I would kind of let would I be looking for shorts in there right now? No. I think this one comes back up again and we test higher levels early next week. Um, I think that the next shoe to drop for this one for me is the really kind of who's going to get their oil or who's going to get their gas cut off. It's either going to be that, hey, we opened our ruble account, we made payments in rubles, or we cut your gas off. I think people are leaning more towards the we paid our bill type thing, which should help relieve some pressure in this one. Um, but seeing this down 3% on a Friday is awesome. It's down 25 cents. I'm not looking at, again, I do need to buy more of it, but I'm not buying it until we get back over here. So, yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, we need this to pull back a little bit. Now, gold finally getting a little bit of a reprieve, and we talked about this level yesterday. We ended up getting a push down about 2/3, about 1 to 2.5, 2.5. It came back up and grabbed it, and European session has been really setting this down. At this point, we may actually be out. What? Yeah, 1 to 3 is right there. We just actually broke through the 1 to 3. So from yesterday's entry, that's what we were looking for. So if you guys were in attendance yesterday, we said, hey, listen, nice racetrack area. Look for this one to turn and roll. It is turning and rolling. And again, silver was kind of leading the way earlier today. We're looking for an overall push back down to 1814. I don't think we're getting there today, but this could be like a Monday thing. Um, you know, and Monday is not bad for this type of movement. So wouldn't be bad. That's a $20 drop, but yeah, it could be a Monday thing. What here? Do you want to get down? No, you can't get down on this on the floor here. What? What do you want? What? 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 Yes. This kid loves to jump. His jumper's in the other room though. Anyway, looking short this one. Again, silver, same level we talked about yesterday. It actually went to about a 1-to-1, came back up again, did not get stopped out on the top side around that 22 that we mentioned. And you can see right now it hasn't hit its 1 to 3, but it's 2/3 of the way through at this point. Little hiccup here, and it's going to battle back and forth. But again, if it doesn't suddenly start turning and rolling, I think we hit full profit target on this one as well. So, had you been looking and setting up the gold and silver trades, both of them from yesterday are deep into. Actually, gold is done. Your gold trade from yesterday would have been done. Your silver trade is not done yet. It's almost. It's 2/3 of the way there. So, just a little bit more to move, but. Buddy, what? No, you cannot have the microphone today. No. Come on, buddy. We got like 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Can you help me with 10 minutes? No, you're going to eat the microphone? No, I need the microphone. No, it's not to eat. It's not for eating. Yeah? No. All right. Um, so there's silver. So let's look at the indices today. VIX is doing well. So I was afraid we'd get a little tiny bit of a spike. Here. What? I was afraid we were going to get a little bit more of a spike at the open. I'm glad we didn't. And again, I think that it's funny. VIX is down 3.4, but everything is just barely in the green, like holding on for dear life. Was kind of really hoping we get that feel good Friday today just to kind of level things out for next week and kind of do a little bit of a reversal. VIX is kind of where it's at. It's down and it's lowering, so it should technically be going to the downside. And it's not like the dollar right now is really doing much. It's up 0.3, but again, at what? We got a level. I mean, really, it's coming back up to a 23.6, an old level, and we have a level sitting right here. So we'll remove that just to make it a little easier. So We'll see if the dollar can actually break through the top, but that shouldn't really be affecting the indices as much. So let's drop this down and let's see what it looked like at the open today. Um, yeah, that negativity was setting in. So again, we're blowing through the trap right now. Question I have is this the bottom, or is it gonna grab this little level right here? Um, you know, it's funny that it came down and grabbed this at 9:30. It literally spiked down and then came back up again. I gotta figure out what he hit. He just went down in Q. Okay. Hey, come on. What? Here, do you want this? You want this? There we go. I just need to distract you for 10 more minutes today. This is what happens when somebody's up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Um, so yeah, it's funny that there was this quick little bounce in here. It didn't quite break the Globex high, but came down and then literally sucked right back up again before falling. We mentioned this earlier today. That again, we did have this basing level in here. We were getting lower high, so it was really setting up for somewhat of a short at the open. Again, with the VIX down, it should kind of be reversing, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get a reversal in here. Again, this old level, this was something we had talked about before. Again, it had solved that problem there, and then it's kind of this is a base, and again, Globex low is broken, so wouldn't be surprised if we grab a bottom in here, and then kind of head right back up again. Um, like I said, we'll see what the VIX is doing on it, but let's see, is there a headline? No, not really. U.S. Trade Chief, yeah. Here, oh, buddy, what are you doing? Yeah, it's funny. They send Biden to China to bend things, and then you meet the trade chief goes to Taiwan. Where is the businesses? Mailed statement on Friday. They meant Bangkok. Yeah. Eh, we'll see. But anyway, so this could be the beginnings of a reversal right here. And again, we're right at that 10:30 time frame. This is where reversals come in. We knew it's an area. It was right past the trap. Again, everybody's selling it, looking for. Okay. Hey, nobody wants to hear you today. Nobody wants to hear you today. Here. Yes, nobody wants to hear you today. Daddy's talking because they're listening. You can do your own webinar after this. Okay? You do a baby webinar next. All right. So again, I just said it. Beginnings of potential reversal right here. Nice strong drop into it. We'll see if 10:30 is going to be the reversal point. The VIX does look like it's coming down as well. It's down 1.7. I'm sorry, 3.7. So it is a legitimate drop in the VIX, and yet the market is now falling. Fear is going down, but yet the markets are going down. Again, kind of a not common scenario, right? That we see. So I'd say it's prime. I don't know about here. NQ. Let's see what NQ had at the open. So we had a kind of short setup here at 12,131. We didn't make it. If you were looking for something in the overnight, again, you could have formed that same level of basing right here at what 7:45. It didn't quite hit it at the open, so again, you would not have triggered this one either. Um, like ES, if you were taking a Globex, really kind of a Globex low, the overnight here, you can see that it did the same thing, right? It spiked below. Here, we'll go down to 5. You guys see it. It spiked down, and it immediately stopped everybody right back out again and went right back to the opening price, and then is pulling back through. So, unfortunately, this one is also kind of again lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and then accelerating. There are areas here. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna hold on. How can I do this? Let's pull this back to here, just so I can have it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to see what level it would try to grab here. I'd say this one, I'd like the ES better, but I would say kind of the same thing in this range here. There is an area where buyers have stepped in. You will have 50% traders coming in, and as fast as it moved down at 10:30 with a lowering VIX, VIX is down now 3.92, even more. It just it speaks of reversal. YM again broke through. Actually, this one did not trigger the trap. Look at that. It came all the way down and then shot straight back up again, but it didn't actually break the low on that one. Here, with this. Yeah, yeah. I would do this, but you keep biting me with that tooth and it hurts. You're gonna break this again. Um, Let's see if it's the same setup. Yeah, it is. So kind of the same thinking. If we're going to have a reversal, this is where it's going to occur. Um, again, we'll see if it's. Oh, so tired. Just close your eyes. You'll be asleep. Yeah. He's shaking his head no with his eyes closed. So obviously he is fighting a losing battle on the sleep thing here. But kind of the same scenario as the ESNQ. For YM, it is 50% retracement level. It's before the 61.8. It's in an area of demand that we've already seen before. It took a bounce out of there, not huge. This one, the trap did not spring, unfortunately. The other two, it did. But if a reversal is going to come, this is where it's looking like. We'll see if it's able to break through. If it does, if it does break through, I would say probably look down at 31,000 is the overall target downside. But if there's going to be a reversal with 1030, this is it right here. YM. Let's see. YM is probably the same. Go ahead. You can grab it. Somebody just needs to go to bed today. The noise canceling software is. I was trying to. I paused just to see if I could hear him or kind of see his noise. No, it looks like the noise canceling is actually working okay. So I do apologize if you hear the baby crying. He's actually sitting on my lap, and I was trying to see if the noise canceling was going to be pulling him out. Technology is kind of amazing, when you look at it. But same thing for the Russell. What? Yes. Okay. Here, here. Okay. Kind of the same reversal area, 50% retracement in an area where we have demand in the past. And with 1030 being a reversal time frame, this is where it would come in. VIX looks like it's holding firm now down at 378, or actually at 385 down from 395. So we're kind of in that wheelhouse. He's going to be asleep in 5 minutes. I'm going to rush, and then he's going to be asleep. What? It's okay. What? Yeah, you're just so unhappy. You just want everything right now. Here, you want something different? Here, you want this? What's this? What's this? What's this? Yeah. See, this is what happens when Melissa has meetings, guys. Have multiple kids. It'll be fun, they say. So yeah, same setup. ES turning on that bottom, NQ turning on that bottom, YM turning on that bottom, Russell turning on that bottom. So we'll see if we can get the actual true reversal in at 10:30 today. 4 different pairs, all almost the exact same setup on that one. Twitter again pulling back to open the gap. Apple there. Oh my God, buddy. Hold on one sec, guys. I just have to adjust him so he. Here. His eyes are completely closed. Somebody is sleep crying at this point. Yeah. Back to the bouncing. What? Must be nice to be a baby. Get carried around. So that's kind of it for today, guys. I mean, there's not really, like I said, TLT spiking a little bit out here. It looks like it's coming off. And again, justifying the whole kind of red in the markets, right? Um, all right, buddy. I gotcha, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So let's get into the drawing. So that's kind of it for today. Like I said, look for reversals. That's kind of all we got in the market right now to trade. Currencies are flat. I don't see much movement in the dollar. Um, here, here, there. Yeah, the dollar's even starting to reverse too. So yeah, that's it. I would say the indices are the best bet for something today for a Friday. But again, it's Friday. No other major headlines out here. Trade chief is the only thing we got. All small stuff. Biggest hottest news is obviously UK, right? Pill speaking of monetary policy 6 hours ago. So it's Friday. Welcome to Friday. Look, -7, -1, 8, 79, 16. Obviously, biggest mover right now is yen weakness still. So with a very unhappy baby, let's go ahead and do this drawing real fast. There we go. Come on. Neuro won yesterday. So Neuro will be going for. Oh, Neura's already got in there. Neura's going for his 100 today. What? 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 Yeah, you're fine. Here, go ahead, bite this finger. All right, let's close this. Let's do drawing. And it's Neuro. I get Neuro had a 44% chance. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. All right, I gotta go put buddy back to bed, guys. So sorry we had to rush there a little bit at the end, and a little bit early. Nora won. Let's give him his 100 chips. And Debbie, whoops, Debbie, you need to start putting some hacks in here, girl. He is catching up quick here. Look at that. He is creeping. I know he's gonna have it next week. Shh. All right, I'm gonna go put the baby to bed. If you guys need me, I'll be around for Discord for a few hours today. So shoot me a message if you guys see any setups. Let me know. And if not, have a great weekend. Look for some of these gap levels we talked about, and I'll catch you guys next week. You guys take care.